G'day folks. Well, I've tore the heads off it and I've got it all exposed and I found the problem. You're never going to believe it, but I'll talk about that in a second. Before I took the heads off, I wanted to make sure my lifters would spin, and basically that would tell me that my camshaft was bedded in to the lifters. And what I did is I put a little texture mark on each one of them, then I rotated the engine over a couple of times and to make sure that all these was, if they were moving, and you could see it too, and all my little lifters were turning around beautifully. So that's a sure sign that your camshaft is bedded in with your lifters on your lobes, because as far as I know, the lifters have a slight radius on the bottom of them, and the idea is they spin around as they're riding over the lobes. And if they weren't, well, you've taken that little radius off and you're starting to wear down the lifter, and it all sort of goes downhill from there. But it's nice to know, and I was very happy on that one to find that out. So good little trick there to make sure it's all good. Well guys, we never damaged any head gaskets. They're in good order, but we did lift the heads. What's happened is number 3, 4, 5 and 6 seem to be the affected ones, and it turns out, guys, you'll never believe it, that what happened was this cap wasn't sitting down on the distributor correctly. It's actually got a little lip on it right there, where it sort of sits into that slot where that clip is. Well, it was kicked up. It was kicked up like that and rotated back like that. So it was rotated anti-clockwise. Now, when you work it out, the affected cylinders were these here, and they correspond with the cylinders that were affected. Because if you look at that and it's twisted anti-clockwise, well, they're advanced. It was still snug on this part here. It was clipped down there nice and it was all in there, but it was lifted up and twisted. It was skewed a little bit. So we've advanced those 4 cylinders enough to lift the head and cause all that issues. So it looks like we never had detonation, but we've just too much timing. You can sort of see it. When I pulled it off, it was plain as anything. It was out through here. There was oil right through in that part there. I think even number 1 sort of might have even taken a bit of a beating, because that's on that side too when you look at it. Number 1's round here. But the centre cylinders have really copped it. I knew it was leaking through there a little bit, and this one here was fairly bad. So that's what's happened, guys. That's unreal, you know. I don't know how long it's been like that. It could have been like that the day I put the engine back in. I know I put the distributor in last, or not the distributor, the cap on last when I was doing it, and obviously never had it seated in there right. Oh my God. Oh, I can't believe it. Unless it's moved, I don't know. I don't know how it ended up like that. I really don't. So that's unreal. It really is. It's something that really caught me, you know. But when I noticed it, when I pulled the left side head off, and I was fluffing around, I had the cap still on and the leads sort of just laying back on the scuttle panel there. And then I got back here, you know, and I was just looking around, thinking about something. I spotted the distributor cap. It had just it was up on a slight angle, and I didn't know it had twisted around, but I just noticed it's slightly cocked. And then I went over and I I was sort of jiggled it like that, and I moved it around, clunk, went back down into its little slot. So, you know, the 4 cylinders on this side obviously were advanced up a few degrees too much, being anti-clockwise. Well, that's going to make a spark, like the advance for the spark. How many degrees, I don't know, but just enough to upset it. So, there you go, that's all it was. Unreal. Unbelievable. Anyway, we'll put it all back together in the next few days, a week, and we'll have it all running again. And hopefully crisis averted. And I'll pull some timing. I might pull 2 or 3 degrees out of it on the tune, and I'll ramp it all back so I can give myself a bit of a cushion again when I go down to do some testing. My intercooler, guys, I'm going to mount it in under here where the turbo was. So I'm going to make a huge big duct up for it, and that's where I'm going to mount it. I feel it really needs it. The air was just so hot going in there, it was unbelievable. And I don't really want to add any more weight over the front because I want to put the engine cooler in the front. And yeah, I'm excited, guys. So that's the direction I'm going to be heading in the next few weeks. I'm not sure if I'll get to the club day. I'd like to, but I'm not going to rush it this time. I want to really get this sorted out properly before I go really beating on it. And you know, just take my time this time and really focus on the tune and you know, just leave a cushion up my sleeve. I don't really want to push it too hard until everything's sort of spot on and sweet. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to go to the dyno or not. I backed myself on the tune. After finding out what I did, it's really given me some confidence again. It's funny, you know, when you don't know, when you do stuff like this, something happens and you don't know what it is, you start to lose confidence and cracks appear. But then you find the problem and all of a sudden the confidence comes back and, you know, you back yourself 110% and you go again. The emotional roller coaster ride of all this sort of stuff, it's unbelievable. All right, folks, well, it looks like a crisis averted. I'm bloody stoked. I'll get him all back together. I want to paint my manifold actually too. It's starting to look a bit weathered, so I might freshen that up and pretty it all up again, and we'll get it going. All right, folks, I'll put a video up soon. It's all good news. I'm happy. I hope you guys are enjoying it because it's bloody interesting, the stuff that we come across. It's unbelievable. All right, folks, catch you later.